They might be in high society, but how high do they rank amongst each other?
This should be interesting.
Here, we'll be ranking characters of royalty based on not just how powerful they are, but their overall impact across the 4 nations and the Avatar timeline. We also won't be ranking anyone from the Air Nation since they've never had an official monarchy. Let's get started.
I am surrounded by idiots.
Materialistic and ill-tempered, this insufferable post-war monarch of the Earth Kingdom is low-ranking for a good reason.
Don't talk like that about Her Majesty. Long may she reign.
Her Majesty was more concerned with personal luxuries than the comfort and security of her citizens. By implementing radically heavy taxes across the kingdom, she negated all the progress Ba Sing Se made in improving the quality of life, especially in the lower rings.
Ugh, the lower ring looks terrible.
Yeah, I can smell it from here. No wonder Dad left.
Under the Queen's command, the Dai Li also captured every new airbender they could find. She planned to create a private army of airbenders against their will.
Never show mercy. Now attack your opponent, and this time, like you mean it.
Although her reign was cut short, her actions as queen created a ripple effect that lasted years. Even more turmoil was created in the Earth Kingdom, leading to Kuvira's rise to power. And let's not forget what she's rumored to have done to Bosco.
I even heard she ate her dad's pet bear.
You're disgusting.
Hello there, Prince Wu, rightful heir to the throne and this guy's boss.
An inexperienced scary cat with a heart of gold. Upon his coronation, Wu had 0 political experience. All Wu ever knew was a life of wealth and high society.
Let's start with a round of your spicy octopus fritters and keep the cucumber aloe water flowing. Gotta keep this princely skin hydrated.
Although he wasn't as intense as his predecessor, Wu was deemed unfit to rule by Kuvira. She denounced his claim to the throne and took over his position as leader of the Earth Kingdom.
All hail the Great Uniter!
Worst coronation ever.
He's annoying, spoiled, and a bit of a coward.
I wasn't ready! Wu down!
But his attitude did improve after spending a great deal of time with his personal guard, Mako. Wu proved himself to have leadership potential during the Day of the Colossus with remarkable singing capabilities.
Badger moles, digging holes, under Republic City. Gotta run away from Kuvira today, although I do still think she's pretty.
Why didn't anyone tell us we have a secret prison we could have been throwing people in?
I'd like to put my tailor in here. He never gets my cuffs right. They're so creasy.
Perhaps the youngest leaders in our ranking, these two have a lot on their shoulders ruling the Northern Water Tribe, although their biggest problem was less about politics and more about sheer boredom.
Finally, something interesting happens. Ruling the tribe is so tedious.
But most of you know not to underestimate them. Using their agility and mastery of ice bending, these two are a force that can square up against spirits and even the Avatar.
I tried to kill Korra after she ruined my wedding. It happens.
Have you met the Dai Li? They're earthbenders, but they have a killer instinct that's so firebender. I just love it.
You all know just how powerful Azula is. Even as a young child, she excelled quickly in advanced firebending. But don't forget that it was her intelligence and cunning demeanor that led to conquering Ba Sing Se at just 14 years old.
Nice speech, Azula. It was pretty and poetic, but also scary in a good way.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna make that one guy pee his pants.
Although we haven't seen too much of Azula since the war ended, she's always lurking somewhere in the shadows. Literally. Disguised as ancient Kamurakage spirits, she and her followers brought fear to the Fire Nation citizens by kidnapping their young children. All of this was an attempt to awaken the sleeping tyrant inside Zuko. Although she was unsuccessful, she did create distrust between Zuko and his citizens. For Azula, this was just the beginning.
Come on out, Avatar! You can't hide in there forever!
Probably the most Fire Lord that's ever been. His hunger for power eclipsed his father and grandfather. His vision of leadership went beyond the Fire Lord throne, and he declared himself the first ever Phoenix King.
It's time for this world to end in fire, and for a new world to be born from the ashes.
As Phoenix King, he planned to rule the entire world by burning down the Earth Kingdom and finally destroying the Avatar.
You're weak, Just like the rest of your people, they did not deserve to exist in this world, in my world. Prepare to join them. Prepare to die!
Even after his defeat, he still manipulated Zuko from inside his prison cell. Ozai almost talked Zuko into starting another war just 1 year after Sozin's Comet. Clearly, he's still incredibly dangerous, even when he's locked up. What else can we say about Iroh? Apart from his dragon tier firebending, Iroh's influence has spanned across multiple generations of Fire Lords, Water Tribe chiefs, and even avatars.
You have light and peace inside of you. If you let it out, you can change the world around you.
As the previous heir to the Fire Lord throne, he would have ruled the entire world had he conquered Ba Sing Se during his years as a general. But Iroh instead took back the city during Sozin's Comet, changing the course of history forever.
Oh my gosh, it's Lord Zuko! I can't believe it!
We all know Zuko's story at this point. His journey to becoming Fire Lord already proved how powerful he is, but his Fire Lord coronation was just the beginning of his royal responsibilities. Zuko's reign lasted decades, well into his elderly years. Lord Zuko's reign also saw the return of the dragons for the first time in decades. Overall, he played a major role in rebuilding the post-war world with Avatar Aang and continued to aid the Avatar during Korra's era.
No one knew better than Aang that in times of turmoil, the world needs its Avatar the most.
Thanks. Your uncle was right. It was helpful talking to you.
Wait, you spoke with my uncle?
Yes, in the spirit world. A couple of times, actually.
Please. Without you, all my plans are suddenly possible.
Here's the guy who set everything in motion. His hunger for power alongside his faltered friendship with Avatar Roku kickstarted the 100-Year War. He became so powerful with no Avatar to intervene that he was willing to destroy an entire nation just to keep that power.
I've wasted the remainder of my life searching in vain. I know he's hiding out there somewhere. The Fire Nation's greatest threat. The Last Airbender.
Before we reveal our top spot, let's check out our honorable mentions.
Dare suggest I betray Iroh, my firstborn, directly after the demise of his only beloved son?
You invade my palace, lay waste to all my guards, break down my fancy door, and you expect me to trust you?
He has a good point.
Now, 10,000 years of darkness begins.
Yue takes her top spot because, well, she's literally the moon. As the moon spirit, she possessed incredibly powerful waterbending. Comparable to Sozin's Comet itself, Yue became a literal force of nature. The moon's phases and power to block the sun were crucial turning points in the 100-Year War, so Team Avatar has a lot to thank Yue for, which is why she's in our top spot.
But you can't give up.
You're right. I won't give up.
Who do you think is the most powerful character here? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for all things Avatar.
You guys are the greatest friends a guy could have.